Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. The first carry now for Jonathan Brooks. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
But partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. He's got the hook up to Adams. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Shaq Griffin finishing that play off. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Adams. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Ravens bring an extra DB out there. Third down coming up. Another throw for Mahomes. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect. First time this game they've looked to him. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. That is Jake Bates ready to try to knock this through. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Return starts at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And we'll get a look at the guy calling the shots, their 5th-year quarterback.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, he really wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life in the NFL as a quarterback. You know he wants to make a little more noise, elevate everybody else a little better than he did a week ago.
He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Leo Chanel able to bring him down. Second and 6 coming up here. They bring their tight end left. From the 25 on second down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Third down and 6 yards to go.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Now the shotgun give to Cook. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Throw on third down. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. So here comes this offense for its second series of the game. They've ripped off 4 straight wins, and if this lead holds, that's going to be 5 before we know it. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
We'll have him gain about a handful there. Brought down by Tyrann Mathieu. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. They send the tight end in motion. Play action, Mahomes. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs?
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
He's going to push one deep down the right. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it's 2nd down. Hand off here for Brooks. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Out is Jake Bates, ready to try to knock this through. It's 45 yards he'll try to connect from. Bates' kick is up and good. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for him. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the 2nd time. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's brought down for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
They call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled, well, for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. Fields this clean at the 30. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He'll get this one to Adams. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They go play action. It's Mahomes. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up third down. They motion a receiver left. Third down, it's Mahomes. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pig, so hits the ground, brings up fourth down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Ravens will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. Handoff headed right. It's Cook. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Looking to throw Lance. He's going to loft one deep to the big game downfield. At the 20. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens tie it up late in the first. George Pickens the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Tucker adds the PAT, and they'll take the lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Set to return, this is Braxton Berrios. Good looking return here, and he's got room. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. First down throw, Mahomes. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete. The tip definitely broke up that throw. And now they face second down. This, our last play of the quarter. On second down, it's Brooks. And his gain is stopped on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number one. 7-6 is our score. Back to the bank in just a moment. Welcome back. We're all set to start the second. Offense already out to resume its drive. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. That's brought in by Mooney. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Shaq Griffin finishing that play off. Now a shotgun handoff to Brooks. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That's caught for the first. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. They've got first down from the 31. Back to throw, Mahomes. Got a man, it's Mayer. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 27. That's Mayer, he's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion here left. Back to the air, Mahomes. That's a catch, Jalen McMillan. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Brooks. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
He's on the... And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Yeah, that's what I call an absolute no-no. I mean, that just can't happen down here in the red zone. You've got to find a way to get rid of the football because now you're not only outside the red zone and you put some points that you thought were a guarantee with either a touchdown or field goal, now a little bit in limbo.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Throwing is Mahomes. That's complete. Here's Brooks. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Bates' kick is up and good. And they've taken back the lead.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Ravens and George Pickens set for this next possession. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. Trying it left side with Cook. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jesse Bates getting up for the stop that time. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing his Lance. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now a give to Cook, running left. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. That's Odafe Owe with a stop. Now, as that play ends, we see somebody hurt down there, and it's James Cook they're sending the trainers out to check on. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They kick the running back in motion. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Catch is made by Elijah Mitchell. And he gets him around 6 there. Leo Chanel able to bring him down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. From the gun on 3rd down. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Running out of the gun with Mitchell. He's got a gain of 6 there. Darnell Savage brings that to an end. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 23.
From the 23. This ball's caught by Pickens. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now it's Lance. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's Lance now. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Byron Murphy picks it. The 40. Into the red zone. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. We see the Ravens making their way out now. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They bring the tight end in motion. Connor on the inside give. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. They get 6, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to throw, it's Lance. Andrews with the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
The tight end going in motion right. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they take him down right along the 30. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Lance. Pearsall on the slant. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. One of the tight ends in motion left. Working inside the red zone. Gets this one to Andrews.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 17. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. A tight end in motion now. Here he is on 3rd and long. He's on the move. He's running for it. And that play is brought to a halt. They're going to stay at the 5-yard line. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. 1st down from the red zone. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a one-score game before halftime. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal line, Brock. I've always thought that the distance right there is just made for tight ends to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and it's not just the sport that you also love to cover in basketball. It's all about matchups. You get near the red zone and into the end zone, matchups become critical. And when you got a dude like this that's a mismatch maker, you feed him.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. This return starts at the 5. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. This offense getting one final possession here before halftime. They're up by just 2, so you have to think they just want to get to the locker room. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. So that's halftime here in this one. The Nighthawks on the road, but currently in front. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window.
Not everyone's a fan of the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll keep our focus right here. Let's get back to football with the start of the second half. Has this at the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Ravens send Trey Lance headed back out on offense. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. To the air, Lance. He's got Andrews. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lance. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
40-yard line.
Putting a receiver in motion. 2nd and 10 now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Coverage by Byron Murphy.
Here's Lance. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. Big gain downfield. Touchdown, Baltimore. Now, I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Drop it in over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner. They've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens jump in front now by 5. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now outruns their offense to take over. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. First and 10, it's Mahomes. He'll get this one to Adams. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Throw reeled in by Mayer. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing on first down, Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Completed over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back to the air, Mahomes. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play, and they're going to have a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Finds a man right side.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
From the gun, a give to Brooks. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Shaq Griffin finishing that play off. Pickup of 6, and now they've got 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Brought in right side. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue.
He has the touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Offense not going anywhere. They want to. They'll try to run it in. And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that two-point attempt. Well, 2 left on the table there. Forget the goal line, Brock. They barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, to me right there, Kate, that's a sign this defense did their homework, studied their tendencies. Yeah, no way that running back was going to get that one in, not with that force of the defense coming at him.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Ravens headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Throwing his lands. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now hold on a moment, folks. We got a player in some discomfort after that one. He's going to receive some assistance as we take a brief timeout. They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again following the sack. That's into the hands of Moore. And that will not be enough for a first down. got to figure out this third down here. Back to throw, it's Lance. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. He's got this at the 27. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And it'll be their football. Here comes their offense out again. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. They go play action. It's Mahomes. To the sideline it goes. He's got it beyond the marker. Looks like he stayed in as well. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
On first down, here comes Brooks. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that makes it third down. Looking to throw Mahomes. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Hunter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll run it with Cook, and he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They'll motion him out of the backfield. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's been getting all of it every time out. Getting about 50 yards of boots so far, and here's another quality effort. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it's going to be their football coming up. New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Has a man, it's Brooks. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
A gain of 7. 1st down, 9.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That was Harold Landry making the tackle. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Another throw for Mahomes. He's got the hook up to Adams. And they take him down right along the 30. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's a razor-thin margin separating these teams. The difference of just a single point as we begin the 4th. First and 10 now from the 30. Again, Mahomes to throw. That's brought in by Mooney. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it sets up first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's first and 10. From the red zone now. That's Mayer. He's got it. And this is down all the way to the 3. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a first and goal. Throwing again, Mahomes. And that's caught in the end zone for the touchdown. The Nighthawks grow the lead to 7. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. The Ravens trotting out their offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Motioning the tight end left. Here we go, 2nd and 9. He's got this complete to James Cook. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
And he could only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Running right with Mitchell. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
Completed here to Pickens. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. And it's out of bounds without a whole lot of room for error. He hit it well. They're saying it's out at the 4. Now this offense getting set to work here. And with where that punt stuck him, Bronk, this is going to be tough to repeat the touchdown from their last drive. First down throw, Mahomes. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And this one does not go far. Second down now, 7 to go. Mahomes. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's third down. Back to throw, Mahomes. Dumps it off to his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. This will be caught by Adams. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
It's into the hands of Mooney. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Automatic first down.
They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. Mahomes on first and 10. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Second and 3 now. Back to the air, Mahomes. Got a man, it's Mayer. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Has it downfield working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. He brings it in. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds. Ball placed at the 7. It's second and goal. Receiver in motion, going left. Still sticking with the passing game. The back grabs it. And in for the touchdown. Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Nighthawks lead by 15 now. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Moore going to motion over right. Second and 10 now. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Offense in the hurry up here. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens trail by 15. They send a tight end in motion. Another try following the sack. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Throwing now. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And so hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Nighthawks emerge as winners.